Hey YouTube, tiebrospro here. I'm here with you guys today to do a ban list discussion. It's July 1st. The ban list still is enough, as you can see if I refresh the page. Still says the same thing that everyone has been used to for this format, and everyone is eagerly awaiting what's to come for this ban list, since it's the first one for the new, I believe it's the four quarter format, where you got 4 each year. So no one expecting when they're going to leak it, or if they're even going to leak it at all. So for this, I'm going to talk about what I believe might get hit on the ban list. I know some of it may be ridiculous and others, but some of it is kind of understandable. I have pictures for some of them, but for everything else I'll talk about. For the first cars, I'll go to limited. So the first card, obviously, that goes through everyone's mind for being limited is Soul Charge. Soul Charge is just, it's more broken than pretty much Monster Reborn. Yes, there is a cost to it, but you get as many monsters as you want, and it can really change the game state. Having Monster Reborn banned is reasonable, but keeping this card unlimited would devastate the format. Of course, once again, most likely this card will get hit down to 1, and it will still see reasonable play, seeing as most people play 2, others 3, but this card at 1 will probably won't change its value as much. Going on to decks that are currently topping, of course, there's Yugioh. I don't know much about it, but I've talked to my friends about it, and they've all thought and convinced me that Yugioh would be a game changer for the deck. I kept saying, why not Armor? Because Armor is the search power of the deck, but they say Gear because this is what you use to go into your special summons and spam the field. They see Gear would pretty much slow down the deck, as if you... I don't know what they compared it to, but they said Gear would be most reasonable for Yugioh that they got hit. Another card I asked them about would be from Adulches. They said Hoot Cake. They said Hoot Cake because Hoot Cake, I believe, is the one where you banish another card and you special summon. So Hoot Cake pretty much gets off your XYZ plays, along with Angeli. Everyone's like, oh, Angeli's gonna go to 1. I believe maybe Angeli might go to 1 too. But Hoot Cake also is kind of reasonable because Hoot Cake does special summon a lot more because you get the combo with Angeli and Hoot Cake. But either or, I still don't know, but I believe Hoot Cake would also get hit. And then finally, another card everyone's been thinking about would be Fire and Ice Hand. For these 2 cards, I don't think they're going to get limited, let alone they might just go down to 2. Because you can pretty much put this in any deck, and it really messes with your opponent. I remember I was in a tournament yesterday I was playing, and I killed a Fire Hand. It pretty much changed my entire field, and I lost that game. Just getting rid of them is hard, because if it's destroyed by battle or card effects and sent to your graveyard, you get to pop and special. So I know there are a couple rulings where you change their timing, but I don't know specifically, but these would probably be along with Soul Charge would be one of the cards to get limited or semi-limited. Going back to this, some other cards I would see probably most likely coming off the ban list. Some cards for discussion I've heard would be Cyberstein. You got Cyberstein. You had Judgment before. Yes, it can stop any card, but you lose half your life points. For Cyberstein, I believe it's either half or 4,000, and that still puts you down at a big disadvantage. So you pay cost. If someone solemns you, you're already at a disadvantage. If someone bottomlesses you, you're at a disadvantage. If someone torrentials, you're at a disadvantage. There are just so many options to Cyberstein and responses that taking it off the ban list really wouldn't affect and make it a game changer. I know Shadal's coming out, but no one's going to use Cyberstein for Shadal's because you lose about half your life points, I believe, and you get a 2,300. I don't know what their attacks are. I still need to look into Shadal's. Another thing I connected this to is I believe it was last on ban list. They put no, it was actually Banlist before when they put Magician of Faith, wherever I could find her. Right here. They put Magician of Faith back on limited. And everyone's like, oh, Magician of Faith, and she started getting hyped and her price went up. But then her price slowly climbed down because you have her, it's still set Magician of Faith, you have to flip her to get whatever card you want back. That's still a lot because your opponent can easily just pop it and you don't get anything. So Magician of Faith is reasonable for coming off a ban list along with Cyber Sign. Something else that I could see coming off the ban list, what I believe, for my personal opinion, would be Sangan. Sangan, it's not from your hand, you have to control on the field. But if it's sent to the graveyard in any way, you have something with 1500 less attack. Yes, that's unbelievably good for search power, but you don't have many decks that bring him out. Excuse me. I remember Sangan would be very popular with Tour Guide and anything else, but now you got everything else being used, just the card. You got Mythic Dragons, Lightsworn. I mean, Lightsworn, you won't even be able to use him because he has to be on the field, but Sangan, really, it got banned because it had the combo going off, so that really wouldn't work as well, I believe, in this format. Other cards in this, I really don't see much else. I'm looking right now. 6 Sense, something that should never come back. I know. Oh, another discussion card. This is something I did not put on here. I've been hearing a lot of people say they want to see the mythic, not mythic dragons, but the elemental dragons get put on banned instead of limited. I can see that, but if they do that, most likely they would take the baby dragons off, put them back up. But if they do that, it'd be reasonable because they've been in Yu-Gi-Oh for almost a year. They got hit, but they still do make a lot of decks good. I do not know what just went off. I'm guessing that's a commercial, so I'm going to start closing my tabs so those don't open. Yeah, it's this one. Madolce Hoop Cake is being a pooper with one of those freaking... Yep, there it goes. I'm going to close that. Going up from that, you got the dragons that still do pretty good in this format. If you hit them, then everyone's gonna have to rethink their game state. I know it's still hard to do it because you take out dragons, a lot of decks lose support. You get Lightsworn dragons, they go back to just Lightsworn. I know mythic dragons go away. I believe heretic dragons use them. I don't know, but still, you take away the dragons, and the whole format changes. And I know Chadals are coming up next format, so that'll be a really big game changer. So, I mean, who knows? I've just heard people saying that, and if that does happen, I believe a card that would come back would be Super Rejuvenation, because Super Rejuvenation was originally good for Exodia. Because I played the deck personally, and you just discard, draw, discard. But seeing as fact, I mean, you'd even bring that back because you don't have the baby dragons anymore, and you don't plus as hard as you do off Super Rejuvenation. So, yeah, I mean, pretty much. Card I wish would come back for just at 1, Soul of Judgment, but everyone knows how that would resolve because there's too much recycling power. But besides that, the dragons. People say Evil Swarm, maybe, because Konami might want to give Chadals a chance. Let's refresh this to see if it changed at all. But yeah, see, it didn't change. Everyone's still waiting for this. I heard it comes at 9 my time, maybe even 10. I don't know. But if it does come out, hopefully you see it. But that's pretty much my ban list discussion, and that's it. I'll see you later, YouTube.